How many times have you sat in a meeting and all of a sudden your boss pulls out their phone and starts texting? Or how about those around you? How about your subordinates? How about you look around the meeting and everyone is not there? Not very credible, right? So I want to talk about being consciously present. Whether it's in a meeting with a bunch of people, whether or not it's one-on-one with somebody else, are you actively, if you're going to be in a meeting, you might as well make it worthwhile. You might as well be as credible, you might as well be as present as you can. What I want to do is give you 8 ways in which you can be practicing, you can be doing things, so you can be as credible, you can be as consciously present as possible. Number 1, most important, be an active listener. That is paying attention to the person who's talking, focusing on what they're being said, not focusing on what you're going to say next. Just actively listening, taking notes if that's appropriate in a way in which you consume data. And then when they're done, if it makes sense to respond, to actually respond, but actively participating, actively listening. Number 2, during the day, do regular reflection. What's going on? Where do you sit? What's happening in the world? For this particular meeting you're in, whether you've set up one-on-one or you're in a group meeting, reflect maybe in the morning when you come in, what's going on during the day and where you're going to spend time, where you're going to focus your energy, making sure that if you make a decision to go to a meeting, that you're actually going to be actively, consciously present. Number 3, check in with yourself. So make sure on a fairly regular basis, how are things going? Just, are you reaching your goals? Are you reaching your purposes? Are you doing what you need to do? Are you feeling okay? Doing that check-in to make sure that you're really paying attention to yourself and your needs so that when you are with other people, you can be focused on them and who they are and what they need to do. Number 4, paying attention to your senses. Paying attention to your breathing, your listening, your eyes, your visual, your temperature, your controls. How are things going? How are things feeling? You could sense in the environment sometimes when things change. If you're actively listening and listening with your senses, all of your senses, you can start paying attention and picking up things where you might be able to fix the situation that's moving in a negative direction. Taking a break if people need to be break. Being consciously present to what's going on is going to be helpful for you. Number 5, mindfulness meditation. So for me, this doesn't mean in the middle of a meeting doing right? For me, sometimes if things are getting a little bit wild, I have a very simple technique I use. I take a deep breath, and while I'm taking a deep breath, I rub my 2 fingers together, starting to feel the indentation, starting to feel the pressure of the fingers, and I'll do something like this. Even doing that put me in such a state of calm. So what do? What is your mindful meditation that's going to help you focus, to be there, to be present, to be with those that you're in front of? Because if you're not going to be with them, you might as well not have scheduled the meeting or accepted the meeting in the first place. Number 6, mindful eating. If you're pounding the energy drinks, if you're drinking too much caffeine, if you're not hydrating enough, if you're not eating the right foods, you're not going to be present because your body is not going to be present. And so you want to make sure you eat the right foods. You are aware of what's important for your body to consume at the right times so that when you are in those meetings that you actually can be consciously present. Number 7, physical exercise. Now, there's so many people who it's in their calendar and they say they're going to do it, but then some meeting came up and they did something else instead. I've got a friend who is absolutely intense on making sure he not only does physical exercise, but he's challenging himself to do new things. So he's challenging himself both mentally and physically to reach his peaks. I'm going to say for you, what are you doing to make sure that you're staying in tune, that you're making your body stay up to speed so that your mind and body are ready to be present for those meetings? And last, not always something I do as much of as I need to, get enough sleep. Now, it's enough sleep for you. It's enough sleep for your body to replenish, to focus, to be able to shut down from the previous day and really get enough rest to grab and be ready for the next day. Now, if you practice and actually actively focus on these 8, you will be much more consciously present for every situation, for every meeting, for every opportunity that you have to be there for the person or the people that you need to be there, to show up more fully present, to show up more credible. Hope you find this useful. Send some thoughts and ideas. I look forward to hearing your reaction. Write what was your most favorite. Click on the like button, share with your friends, and I'm going to say, spread some cred dust. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye now.